Well, hello there. Hey, what's up? It's your host, LA. Welcome to Lesson in Everyday Podcast. I'm here with a new segment or another lesson on everyday learning. Just new lessons, embracing and encouraging others to learn along the way. There's something to learn in each day, and just being able to share it with others and share it with you guys is a blessing itself because I'm hoping to help someone else. Listen, today I want to talk about the uncomfortable position of change. Being this in a discomfort with change or with changes. I believe a lot of people, and I can speak for myself mostly, just from a personal experience that I notice when I'm in a new season of my life or leveling up or transitioning. And when I say transitioning, as far as growing, maturing, there are necessary changes that happen. And there are some organic changes that happen. And as change happens, transformation, I would say, it's uncomfortable. There is some shaking because there are some habits that I may have been used to, you may have been used to, that have to uproot. There are some roots, some seeds, bad seeds, negative seeds, maybe, some roots that have gone bad in your growth through your life, from your past, from who you used to be, everything like that needs to be uprooted. And when you're uprooting something, you are shaking things in the ground. You are going through a shaking moment, a moment of transformation that's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be a discomfort zone. So there is uncomfortable changes or discomfort in your changes or changing your growth. And I hope I'm making it clear of the message I'm trying to get out to you is that sometimes we are afraid, or we can draw back, withdraw, or refrain from growing or even transitioning, transforming. We may resist, best word to use. There we go. We may have some resistance within internally, and maybe even externally with our interaction with other people because of the relationship, the changes that happens within relationships, the changes that happen within you. It transpires in your interaction with others, and it may be something that you are afraid of, because you may be afraid of who you are becoming because it's unknown. You're growing for the better and becoming the best version of yourself, but it may be discomfort in it because those changes are changing for the better, but you're becoming someone that you were not always familiar with. You are becoming the better version, the new version of yourself. You are growing, right? And sometimes it's uncomfortable, and you can fear the unknown. You can have doubts about the unknown. But I'm here to encourage you and tell you, don't be afraid, because you're going to forever have changes and seasonal changes, as long as you accept the change, as long as you do not become complacent or just settle in where you are, because there is always a growing opportunity as long as you are living. So don't be afraid just because you're not sure how the new version or the new habits that are healthier for you, how it's going to, reflect in other surroundings, or how the person that you're becoming, the growing moments that you're having, how it's going to be accepted by your peers or your significant other or your family members. Don't worry about that. I know it's easier said than done is what they say, but I believe it is easy to do and easy to say, because if you speak what you need to do, you will do it. You got to speak it into the atmosphere. You got to speak, it's going to be okay. You have to say, this is the new me. And the people that are supposed to get to know the new me will. The people that are supposed to accept the changes will. And those who are not, and those who maybe in this season or during this growing moment, maybe I outgrew some other people because it no longer can go with who I'm becoming. The people, the surroundings, the habits can no longer level up or transition or go through my transformation with me. You know what I mean? So just think upon these things. It is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable because you're doing something new. You're doing something that you're not used to doing. You're becoming someone new. Someone that you have to get to know again. As you grow and as you live, you're going to identify differently within. You're going to have things that you no longer, identify by. Your favorite book may not be the same as it was 5 years ago. Your favorite hobby may not be the same as it was last week or last month or 2 months ago or last year or years ago. So change is necessary because it's a part of growing. It's a part of living. But what's also good to be aware of is that it's going to be uncomfortable and it will be a discomfort zone, but don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of change just because you're not familiar. It's it's a new territory. Don't be afraid. Take the leap of faith. Know that it's okay. It's okay because you're growing, and it's okay. You're going to be okay. And you have to learn new things. You may have to learn new ways of communicating or expressing yourself in this new version of yourself, but that's okay. You may have to figure out who you are, or what you like now. You know what I mean? And do some adjusting, adapting. Adaptability is really good characteristic to have, to be open to. You may be vulnerable in a different way, from a different angle now. And that's okay too. But don't be afraid of it. My encouragement to you is be okay with it and know that it is going to be okay. Change is necessary. Change is uncomfortable. The discomfort zone. But it is a part of your season. It's a part of your growth. It's a part of your becoming. It's a part of life. And that is all okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to make it. And again, I really hope I'm saying and sharing something that you can learn from, grow from, and maybe even share with others. See where you can help others and become together, grow together, and sometimes you grow apart, and that's okay too. It's not that you're better than anyone else or anything like that. You have just become a better version of yourself. You are just becoming a better you. And with that, again, everything you used to do, everything, the way you used to talk, the habits you used to have, you have to be okay with letting go, because everything and everyone cannot travel in your seasons, in your new season, your new level, your new position, your new job. You may have to take a new job. You can't take all your coworkers you enjoyed and loved. You can't take all of them with you. You may have to relocate. You can't up and move all of your relatives that you completely get along with, or that you want to keep close to you. It's a part of growing up. It's a part of growth. It's a part of living. You have to be okay, and you have to understand that it is going to be uncomfortable. But that uncomfortable, that discomfort that you feel in your changing, your changes in your season is unfamiliar territory. But just because it's unfamiliar doesn't mean that you will not find your comfort in it. You will not find a new comfort. You will not find a new way to adapt and to adjust. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to make it. It just means that you have to be flexible and understand that changes require adaptability, flexibility, and adjusting. And that it is necessary when you have different seasons, when you are growing, and when you're going through. Even when you're going through, there are some things that have to change. And a lot of things have to be uprooted to become a better version of yourself, to be the best version of you, and to be all God has called you to be. You have to undo some things. There is some things that's going to unrattle. And you got to be okay with that. Just remember, change happens. Change is not always a bad thing. It's not a negative. Change can be positive. But you have to know what's necessary, the things that's required to change, because there are some roots that needs to be uprooted. There is some undoing that has to be undone in order for the right habits, the right core values, the right foundation for you to stand on, to build upon. In order for that to be laid and to be founded upon, for you to stand on, some things have to change. There are some bad roots that have to be uprooted. And there are some changes that is necessary in order for you to become who you're called to be and to be the best version of yourself. It's going to be uncomfortable, and it'll be a discomfort zone, but it's seasonal, and not only seasonal, but it's just part of your transformation and your transition into who you're becoming, and a part of the process. Embrace it, appreciate it, acknowledge it, and be aware, and see what is necessary in this time in your life. I hope I have said something that's helpful. I'm sorry about the pauses in between. I was trying to clear my voice, my throat. Again, I hope I help you guys. And again, this is your host, LA, here at Lesson in Everyday Podcast, or here on Lesson in Everyday Podcast. And I pray that you have a wonderful night, a wonderful morning, a wonderful day, whatever time it is for you. I hope that you have a wonderful one, a wonderful day, wonderful evening, afternoon, morning. And overall, I hope you be blessed. Take care.